Joining me live now is one of India's foremost image gurus, ad gurus, a person who knows more than a thing or two about political perception and how people are perceived in the public eye. Prahlad Kakkar. Prahlad, a pleasure. Thank you for giving me your time on a day like this. You've seen, Prahlad, you've seen these images of Rahul Gandhi that have been going viral, tying the shoelaces, him in the rain, with those children. What impact, to start with, Prahlad, do you think these images, these viral images of Rahul Gandhi will have?
See, Rahul Gandhi has somehow or another always managed to stay clear of any corruption controversy. Okay, even his mother has not been able to stay clear of that. But he has always stayed clear, and therefore his core following, which did not leave him regardless of his Pappu image, or what everybody made of him, or what his interviews with the Republic television actually created a huge, lacuna there, because he was very, very highly discredited in that particular interview because he seemed completely lost. So now he's making up lost ground. But his greatest problem is and will always be that all the Purana Papis of the Congress party are his advisors. Take Chidambaram, take, all the coterie of old fuddy-duddies who are advising him against coming out with what he intuitively actually knows. He knows what is right and wrong. He has a very clear sense of right and wrong.
Yeah.
But one, he can't articulate it in Hindi too well. And two, sometimes he's prevented from telling the truth by his party advisors who tell him, no, this is in politics, this is not done. See, I have never seen a politician, regardless of who it is, whether it's BJP, whether it's Congress, whether it's Shiv Sena. I have never seen a politician apologize for something that they might have done, which is completely, terrible. Okay, they've never apologized. So I wish Rahul Gandhi would just get up and apologize for all the corruption scandals and everything else that his party has done. Saying we're trying to cope with it and we're trying to be clean. And while I can't promise you 100% results, we definitely do our best to clean up our act. And if he does that, the country will actually forgive him.
Has been earnest about
what his
some of those
party
things.
represents. Because what it represented was, in the old days, was corruption and arrogance. And not saying sorry to the Indian public as such is arrogance. But the images today, which are of him sharing things with kids, taking the Padyatra very, very seriously, helping his mother, that is elevating a part of that arrogant image. Okay, he is now
entitlement,
coming down to earth and being one with the people. He needs to do this quite regularly and quite often.
Yeah.
If he really wants any traction. Because everybody thinks that we're Angrez ke putar, they're English-speaking people. And that they don't have any connection with the ground roots of this country and the people of this country.
Yeah.
And this Padyatra is actually proving that false.
Prahlad, the Congress, doesn't want to admit it, but this is Rahul reloaded. They're saying this is about ideology and stuff, but let's be very clear, and there's nothing to be defensive or ashamed about. I don't know why the Congress is defensive about it, but this is about repackaging and reprojecting Rahul Gandhi in a brand new, grounded avatar, leading to him reaching out to all those people, which looks fabulous in my personal view. My question to you is, as someone who has advised people about their public persona in the past, can this kind of social media virality, and it isn't just virality on social media, I should remind our viewers, he is meeting hundreds of thousands of people on the ground, can this lead to a reboot of his image, or does he need to do more?
He needs to do much more, frankly, because the Purana Papis who are sitting on his back like monkeys are still there. And therefore, all his speeches and all his utterances and all his reaction to everything is very measured. It is filtered. It is not normal. It is not unfiltered. He doesn't speak from the heart. I wish he would. Because he has such a clear sense of right and wrong. If he would speak from the heart and would criticize not only the opposition but also people from his own party, he would be beloved of the country. Believe me.
But you know, there's finally some energy. You know, the Congress has always been accused, Prahlad, of not having energy, not having clarity. You know, to me at least, it looks like the Congress is finally getting a hang of things. You know, that people like the Prime Minister of India has done, because you know his people connect is unmatched. He effortlessly reaches out. Crowds respond to him. You know, some people are drawing some of those comparisons. The BJP would say you can't compare the two people. But Rahul Gandhi appears to be at least trying to energize his own image as well as the Congress party.
Not at all. It's too little, too late. So they have to really go into top gear. And if they want Rahul to get back some of his lost charm and his sheen and his mystique, then he has to shake off the oldies and go with it with his own conscience. And you will know his own conscience, because there are times in Parliament where he has got up and spoken completely out of turn. One was when he turned around and took his own party's papers where they were trying to condone corruption by politicians. He tore it up and threw it in a dustbin and said, "This is where it belongs." You know how much hangama there was in the Congress party on him and saying, "You can't do this. You blemished image. You have ruined the Congress image by doing rubbish." If anything else, that was the one thing that people picked up and said, "Wow, finally we have somebody from the Congress who is willing to call a spade a spade." Why can't you do that more often?
On a personal note, you know, I think, obviously Rahul Gandhi famously tearing up that ordinance at the press club, you know, on corruption may not have gone down well with the UPA government and the Congress party, but I personally think that is the best things that Rahul Gandhi has done. It may not have meant anything electorally or politically for him and made him look like a bit of a brat, but I personally think that actually came from you know, a good, sincere sort of place. It was a good thing to do, and it sent out the correct message as far as corruption is concerned, even if the aftertaste was one of bratish entitlement. Final question to you, Prahlad. You know, you spoke about that ordinance, you know, being torn up. Ghulam Nabi Azad said that that single gesture demolished the Congress electorally. Do you agree with that?
Not at all. That gave them a new lease of life, and because they throttled him and they muzzled him after that, the Congress actually got a bad name. Because if they had let him go and said, "Well done, go for it," as far as the ordinary people, students, everybody was concerned, they said, "Wow," they gave him a huge pat. And that went viral. They loved him for that, because he was speaking the truth. So I wish he would just go back to stop being a politician and being guided by these Purana puppies and just follow his own conscience. He has a very clear conscience of right and wrong. And I wish he would just shed this whole semblance that politicians don't apologize to their people. Rubbish. I think what he needs to do is to apologize for so many years of misrule of the Congress and say, "We're going to do our best this time." And he'll get a mandate. I'm absolutely certain about that.
Well, the Congress and Rahul Gandhi will be happy to hear that. The word mandate is not something that they've heard very often in the recent past. Prahlad, Kakkar, thank you very much for joining me, taking those questions here.